Baby was at a hoarder's house. The lady used to breed birds. She told me that Baby never had a perch because Baby just hung on the side of a cage. And she thought that was okay. So what our vet thinks happened is from a young age, instead of perching, she hung on the side of the cage. Her tendon slipped, which then pulled her feet up. My name's Kale Marie. We've had the Parrot Sanctuary for 20 years. I worked at a zoo for 15 years, but I never worked with birds. I mean, I was around birds. Then I moved up here, and Michelle and I ended up with a cockatoo. And the Jackson County Humane Society called us up on a confiscation they were doing. We ended up taking in that day like 40 birds. For the most part, they've been through on average 5 homes. So they come with a lot of behavior problems. We don't sell them, we don't breed them, we don't adopt them out. If they come here, they stay here. I tell people it is like their intelligence level on comparative tests that have been done equal that of chimps, dolphins, bonobos, elephants. I heard a biologist once say, someone asked him, how much room does a macaw need? And he said, 50 square miles. I think they've become a popular pet, and then people get them, haven't realized what they're in for. They're wild animals, and I think people think because you see them and you buy them in pet stores that they're domestic animals. And they're not domestic animals. Even if they were bred in captivity, they are not domestic. Every sanctuary, every rescue I talk to, they are at capacity. They just can't take more birds, and they're starting actually now ending up in pounds and being euthanized. They're starting actually to get up there with the same number of dogs being surrendered, the same number of cats being surrendered. Birds they evolved to fly. They've found out that a lot of the behavioral issues and mutilation problems, the plucking and everything that birds do, a lot of it can be alleviated if the bird flies. There was an old wives' tale that the way you made a bird talk was to split their tongue. And we had a bird that actually had a split tongue. We bought this place with the basement and finished it for the birds because we were worried about tornadoes. Getting them to safety or them being safe if we weren't home. Never dawned on us about a fire. A bag of paper ended up touching a heat lamp and caught on fire. The fire just took off. We ended up losing 30 birds. We ended up getting only 9 out. We said we weren't going to do this again. We just couldn't handle it. If I see a photo of one of the birds now, I just don't dwell on it. I can see it now without bawling. I can talk about the birds without bawling now, but it's still just, it catches you in your throat. I think in a perfect world, I would say yes, they should stop selling all birds. I don't think that's going to happen. Hopefully we're educating people more and they're realizing you can't just have a bird and keep it in a cage 8 hours a day while you go to work. They go crazy. I mean, they literally do. They go mad.